We good.
Mm-hmm. What is good, nation? It's a special day today. We are going to take a little time and think about and reflect on what's happened so far this year. I mean, we are halfway through the season. And, we just had that game against Cincinnati. In case you did not see the game, we did not win that game. 41-24 was the score there, Cincinnati. And I'm not sure it was as close as that score made it seem. So what do you think, Black?
Oh man, once the avalanche started coming, I ran, so I didn't even get to see the end of the score. And you know what I'm saying? Once I saw it all start coming down, I ran and went inside and got me a mocha latte chocolate. And I was like, is them Raiders getting wiped out there? So, you know what I'm saying? So, but I seen what I needed to see, and after about waking up this morning and just finding out all the news, like within the last hour and a half, yeah, it only confirms what I saw yesterday.
So,
which is the dumpster fire is officially out of control. It can't be stopped. You gotta let it burn out. It was my birthday day before yesterday. I got us 2 cigars. I'm gonna light one today for the fire to start, and I'm gonna light the other one once they finish. And when it burn out, once Antonio Pierce is gone, and I probably should send it to you because you the one that really want this, because you waiting for that moment to come.
Oh, baby, let's go. Listen, I called this week one. Week one. I already seen enough, but okay. I'm glad you're everybody's coming around to my opinion on this. I knew it would take some time. Everybody loves AP. I love AP. But I've learned to listen when someone tells you who they are. Right? So let's go over. So we're gonna go over like quarterback performances, coaching, all the good stuff. So obviously Luke Getsy was relieved of his offensive coordinator duties. This was probably the major story today. I think it's inevitable, coordinator for an offense that's not doing well, questionable calls. And the question is, who is making or overruling or not overruling in those moments. But, I don't think it's a huge surprise to the nation. There are a lot of people calling for it. I think that a lot of the blame is unwarranted, to be real. I mean, is he the greatest offensive coordinator on his? No. He's not the greatest coordinator ever. Is he horrible? No. Was he scheming people open? Yeah. It was a lot of this just execution and injuries on the offensive line. Yeah, I think so. But, the buck stops at your table when you're a coordinator, unless it goes where it's supposed to go, to the head coach's desk. But we'll get to that later. Getsy, no longer the coordinator. And the question is also the offensive line coach, James Craig, is gone. And the quarterback coach, I forgot Scarlelli. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to look that up, my friend. Yeah. But
his last name is See You Later. That's what his last name is.
So they're all gone. I had a huge kind of concern with the fact that Carmen Brasilla was not brought back as the offensive line coach after being extremely successful and having an offensive line overachieve. Who makes the decision on staff again? I was just, oh yeah, it was AP. Yeah, Okay. Yeah, AP does that. And so he decided to bring in James Craig instead. Meanwhile, Illuminor's over there with the Giants and with Carmen Brasillo, and at one point was one of the top offensive linemen in the NFL. So we all know who Jermaine Illuminor is. So yeah, coaching matters. So that one is, I think, a miss, but they're gone. Any thoughts, Black, on dismissals and all this?
Yeah, once again, we made another emotional decision because we got an emotional team with an emotional fan base. That's why we got an emotional season. So y'all gonna have y'all emotional party, and it don't. This is only the beginning. While AP talking about this was 100% his decision and all that, that's perfectly fine. I'm glad you said it because you about to take it on the chin. No diddy. So you gonna get it because here it comes. Because now that you done threw conceivably everybody under the bus, like eventually there's going to be no one left to throw under the bus except for yourself, buddy. And so I used to have a lot of empathy and patience for you, but you shown you had little to none for what you've had already, that you have this expectation to be here. So now I expect you to be here. From here on out, whatever decisions you make, they're going to come against you just like you're a fifth-year coach. So whatever happens from here on out, you get what you deserve.
Western, what's up? You can dip in if you got time, but yeah, this is exactly what you was just saying with Getsy going. The pressure is now on AP. No more scapegoating, right? And yeah, salute to the nation. Salute to Raider Ryan in the chat. Salute to my boy John Leon. So he had a good question. He said, "What do you think about AP giving the team a week off with us possibly getting a new quarterback and a new coordinator?"
See, that's the stupid. See, this is where he go wrong. He showed this pattern all this year. Whenever the couple wins we did have, he gave them the following days off until like I think Wednesday or Thursday or something like that, and then they came back the following week and wet the bed. So this is only indicative of the stupid decision makings that he made. It's not even the X's and O's that's the stupid stuff. It's the culture stuff that he's doing that's tearing it up. So yeah, he gotta go. I'm with you now, bro. I'm with you with this now because at this point, the way this fire is going, I'm just looking at it. I'm making morsels and s'mores and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody running here. Everybody running around here happy.
I bought a pack of hot dogs, 2 packs of buns so we could even it out. And it's on, bro.
And for my people down south, I got the Kaneka sausage.
He said, "Neka." I'm telling you, man. Little corner in the cob. Because this is lit, bro. You know, I've been waiting for this one. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. How it advances, how the brush fire takes off or doesn't. So Getsy, Scangarello, that's how you say his name, and Craig are gone. The offense is obviously underperformed in the first half of the season. We rank among the league's lowest in yards per play, which is a very good metric of not being good on offense. Departure of Devontae Adams obviously had a huge effect on the dynamic of the team. What's your thoughts overall just on the offense and why it has been so below average or below expectations?
So, like on paper, you would say that's play calling, right? If you would just look at the stats and say, well, I mean, like that stat itself or metric. Oh, I'm echoing. Oh, but you would say that it was. Hold on, I'm trying to stop that echo. You hear it?
Yeah, you're good. It's not too bad.
Okay, you would say that it was the play calling, but the thing about it is, you can only call plays for what you have and the strengths that you have. Running isn't our strength. If AP has this idea that we're supposed to run the ball, how can we run the ball when we have no running game? Like zero, like we're just now starting to get our momentum with our running game to some degree. So it's like, okay, you can scapegoat it out to that, but he was coaching really well with what he had, I believe. But the people got what they want, just like we've been giving them what they want all year, and it's been blowing up in their face. I don't know. Do y'all remember the Smurfs when Jokey Smurf used to be like, "Hey, I got a surprise." It was like the box, and everybody knew what it was, but for some reason they still pulled the box and it blew up. Like that's what we're doing. Exactly what we're doing. Like, come on, man. Like this is insane.
We have been getting what we wanted. Well, they've been getting what they wanted, and it hasn't been working out. So that's kind of a theme. I'm going to say I think that it's interesting because when I looked at the offense, I think that we had some kind of key things wrong. Like I think this is a short passing offense, and that we should be throwing, 40 times a game and throwing to run instead of running to throw, because this is 2024, and so we don't typically set up the pass with the run anymore. It's actually the opposite. It's a passing league, so I think that was a huge part of the problem. And so moving forward, I think that we need to kind of really look at our philosophy. I want to do an episode where we just kind of look at the different offensive systems that are available. And, we can talk about which coaches run what and what those strengths and weaknesses are. But I think that's going to be key as we go through the offseason, because I don't believe we're keeping this coach. And I don't think Raider Ryan wants that either. He says, I hope they get rid of AP, game management coach, too. Is AP coming up next? I didn't even get mad at this loss. My expectations for this team are gone for this season. One loss closer to a top draft pick. There you go. And Raiders are an NFS Ponzi scheme. Wow.
Hey, but in reality though, bro, our squad ain't our offense ain't that bad. Like you just had to give it time for it to develop itself. Like we didn't do that.
The offensive line injuries obviously were key to really kind of. We never had like a cohesive line, bro. It was like somebody different every other few plays here and there. It was we switching somebody out in the middle of games. I don't know how many games we went through where we started with one O-line and ended with that same O-line. Like, that's not a recipe for success. That's a recipe for a really bad season when your O-line has a lot of injuries. And so I've seen teams have horrible years because their O-line couldn't stay healthy, and then the next year bounce back because if the O-line does stay healthy, it's a completely different team, right? That's how key that position and that group is, position group. So it's early, but the draft is going to come up. At this point, we're somewhere about the 5th pick is where we're landing in the draft. Top 5 is where we want to be. Number 1 would be the best, obviously. But we're not tanking. I don't want to hear that word. We don't tank. So, we're going to get a top draft pick and then move forward from there. We got some extra stuff for Devontae, which was, I think a shrewd move. And then we'll see if we have other moves coming. There have been rumors about Jacoby Myers. Moving on from him. Jenkins, giving him a chance to get somewhere and moving on from him. I think even Gardner Minshew has been mentioned as someone that's tradable.
I hope they trade him too, because not for the simple fact. I thought about this morning. I was like, I hope he get out of here before they just ruin that poor man's career. Get out of here, bro. I mean, I think we could have been decent with him if we just stuck with him. Like, I mean, we gave him, you know how you used to give somebody a short rope? Like we didn't give him nothing. We gave him a knot on this end, little rope, and a knot on this end. Like what the like that is so crazy. So I hope for his sake, guard dog, get up out of here, dog. Like don't even take nothing personal. Just get up out of here because this was not. This is the places you go to kill your career if you plan, and then this is the place you play if you want to resurrect your career.
Play against us if you want to resurrect it. If you want to kill it, play quarterback for us.
No, you ain't gotta play quarterback. Play wide receiver. Play D tackle. Play corner. Play. It don't matter where you play. Just play for the Raiders.
Devontae was good when he got here, wasn't he? Good when he got here, Devontae Adams.
I mean, like but the thing about them, they know how to jump out the plane before it crashed.
Look like his parachute didn't open though.
Nah, it don't matter. He can fall on the ground with no parachute. It's better than crashing with the Raiders. I promise you.
Well, see,
it's like when remember the trade center, and you know you weren't gonna be able to get down. You better off just jumping than you would to just let it do what it do. So that's what they did. Like jump.
Dang, they compared us to the trade center collapse. Woo! Yeah, that's where we're at now, guys.
That's where we at. And it's crazy because all this I'm saying is coming up right now. Like I really had like minimal thought about what's been going on, but this is it. And I'm giving y'all the real. Like y'all, it ain't gonna be on no other show. It's gonna be as real as this because y'all know if y'all been watching me, my voice is usually up here with it. I'm right here with it because I'm dead ass serious. Not that I don't be serious up here. People just don't take me as serious, but I'm dead serious. This is y'all women and children start lining up.
And Daniel Caps, you make a really good point. And it's what I thought about for a few minutes after game one when I decided that AP needed to go. There was a little bit of like, oh my God, we're switching coaches, but sometimes it's just that bad. It's just that bad. And the decisions that he makes with clock are like comical. Like there's a reel of people just making fun of his clock management and game management strategies. You basically heard the commentators call him out like as best they could for his fourth down punt decisions without, just breaking all network precedent rules and just going after him completely. They were just like, this makes no sense, right? So that, there is the continuity thing that is a huge issue, but like there's the fallacy of sunk cost. And that says that, you already spent so much on this, you should just keep going after it so that because you've already put so much into it. That's actually not how you make a good decision, right? Like, yeah, we put something into this. It would be really cool if it matured, but it's not going to. And the longer you wait, the more you're throwing good money after bad, right? So that was my thought process. Let's just move on, rip the Band-Aid off, right? But there's still people who believe that he needs to stay because of this. What do you think about the idea of the continuity and the changing of the guard being too rapid, and that's the problem?
Bro, as you know, bro, I was the main one saying that everybody need to calm down, man. Get AP some time to do what he do. You know what I'm saying? Let him bump his head and make his adjustments and have an off season to reflect whether they went 2-15 or what. It didn't matter. Let him go and just, go through that. He's a young coach, ain't never been a coordinator. He jumped from there to head coach. So, all right, give him his time. But now all bets is off. We in Vegas. All bets are off. It's off. Because once you start throwing your own coaches and coordinators and stuff and getting rid of them like in record time, then that's what we doing. Then that's what we doing from top to bottom. We didn't did that with our one of our best players, Devontae Adams. We doing that with our coordinators and quarterback coaches and you want to blame it on the offense. Like, are you serious? What are you looking at? I guess you ain't noticing the defense keep giving up these third downs that we can't get off the field with, and how many times every time we do score, a team score too, and it forces us to have to score every possession. No, we ain't got no team that can score on every possession. Like, man, y'all tripping over there. But like I said, any s'mores, anyone? S'mores? I'm even chocolate dipping these things.
That's what it is. That's what it is. So he says the fans always want a head coach hired. We gotta have stability position. I hear you. I just don't want to stick with somebody bad, like bad. I just don't think that it's not
We
just
just learned. Stop making these emotional decisions. Like
yeah.
we were smart by Nick. We dodged the Basaccia train, but we then got hit by the AP train. Yeah, he was a Raider fan. He from Compton, but what y'all got to understand, LA Raiders ain't the same as the Oakland Raiders. Like, it ain't. So whatever the culture he got going over there is like something else that's not what we got going on. He got the ideology. He just ain't got the execution. Now, do we got it in him? I don't know. And we ain't about to find out because the way he going about it is all wrong.
Yeah. I mean, he's losing the team. There's no way you're going to tell me the stuff that he's done, is making him more popular in the locker room. Pulling Minshew after he had the 2 interception game, it was like the worst game he had, right? He had 2 interceptions and they pulled him. Wow. That's all I got. It was wow. Right? Like,
I know I was the main one saying that. I was like, who does that? Who benches their starting quarterback the first time he throw 2 picks in a game? Like, who does that? Who does that? Like, I've never seen that ever in life where, like, you start a season and then the quarterback have a game after already winning you 2 games and throw 2 picks and you take him out. Like,
this is how well I understand his thinking, though. What did I say before it even happened? He's going to pull him. This is it. The dude is very emotional, I think, in the way that he's making his decisions. And, like, that is not how you engender confidence. RaiderNation says, I don't like the Jacoby possibility. Okay, he wants to keep Jacoby. And then bye-bye Minshew. So
yeah, Minshew. But what tipped his hand was this last game when we got the pick 6, right? Only down 2 scores. And you don't insert your starter again because the whole reason that you was putting in Riddler is to get him some live game reps, you know what I'm saying? Like to accelerate his learning curve. But then once you understand that you back in the game, let's see what Minshew really made of. Now what you showing me is you not benching him to, sometimes you can bench a quarterback to make him be on his shit. Although we know that ain't what he's doing when you take him out with 2 picks, but whatever, let's just say it is because you're the professional that you are and you try to look at it like that. But then the coach, you back in the game and the coach don't go back to you. Yeah, all right. That showed me what that was all about. And once I seen that, I was like, AP don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing. It ain't even about him learning some stuff in a couple years. The stuff he's doing right now, that's a character thing. That's a character thing he's doing. So
liking the tweet, right? The not standing up for Minshew when he knew that was a Devontae Adams issue in week 1 when that was with the fumble that he threw it to nobody, right? Like these are key moments, and the team is looking at you just like your children do. They don't miss anything. You might think they didn't see it. They saw it. They definitely saw it, and so they see you, bro, and I see you, and that's why I was like, no, I'm out. Right? There's more, right? I got sources. There's more, but the dude is just not. He's not that guy. And we can do better than that. We can do better. We can be more professional. This is it's amateur hour. There's plenty of times where I felt embarrassed almost by just the lack of professionalism. I'm at the home opener, and people are leaving because the team looks like they quit at the home opener, man, in a city we're trying to win over. So this, there's a lot about like the fans and selling out the arena, but the fans aren't going to sell out the arena and be out there if the team is quitting. It's one thing if the team is bad. It's another thing when the team looks uninspired. That's not acceptable, and that's not something somebody's going to pay a bunch of money for. I don't know. Money doesn't grow on trees. Those tickets are expensive. Parking is expensive. Taking your family to a game is not cheap. And so you spend all that money and you look at the team, they're not even trying. Bro, that'll be the last time you spend that money, to be real.
I mean, people gonna spend their money. You just gotta at least make them feel good about doing it because they already know they shouldn't be doing it or they gonna despise it if the team ain't putting out no. Like, why would you spend all that money to have a bad feeling or a bad emotion? Like, that's crazy.
Right. And that's the problem, is that you're setting people up for this situation, right? And hopefully Western's still out there or sent that link. So, but yeah, I think it's just it's disappointing. I thought AP would have them fired up. I think the biggest thing to me is that I looked at that game week 1 against the Chargers, and the Chargers were more fired up for that game than we were. And that told me everything I needed to know right there. Then the ridiculous coaching mistakes, right, that cost us in that game. I truly believe they cost us that game. And so when you start off like that and then you look at, well, what are the things I was worried about? It's like everything I was worried about, right? Yeah. So like, and then the business decisions comment. Like, you don't throw your team under the bus in public. You just don't do it. There's better ways to do that. Like, I mean everybody knows that, dude. Like, can you imagine if the manager of a Starbucks just went out into the front of the lobby and just started talking about how bad the team was to all the customers? How do you think that would work? Anyway, so not surprised, but just disappointed that this is where it went, right? So 2-7, right? Top pick somewhere around 5 if we ended things now, as the season ended now. But we have more games to possibly lose and move up in that draft pick. Been looking at those quarterbacks, man. Some good quarterbacks out there coming out. Who's your favorite? Do you have a favorite amongst the college quarterbacks right now?
We already know, man. Absolutely not. I don't know who I'm going with, but I don't know. I think who I want to come. I don't want them to come now. I don't know. I'm gonna go look at Cam Ward first before I answer that again.
Mm-hmm. Cam Ward pops. He pops. The arm looks kind of special, bro. Just from
that ain't what I'm gonna be looking for when it comes to our next quarterback. I'm gonna be looking at how he handles adversity because he's gonna have a lot of it.
I think the best quarterback is Shador. You're talking about
him. Yeah, but like I said, I'm not looking at the skill set because to me, Shador's skill set is unmatched because I know his IQ is like out of here. Like I know that, right?
Yeah.
So
who have you been trained by? There was
I don't what TB12?
Oh yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But and I'm not worried about that. I don't like how he handled adversity though. I mean, I don't think he handles it bad. I just don't like it coming from your quarterback. Like he do kind of like Dion do, like make little comments he ain't gotta make. Like I understand like poking the bear because you can, but you poking him the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you ain't supposed to poke him at all, but there's a way you can poke the bear. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. I kind of like digress with that because I think it's just because he under his dad, so he might be that way a little bit, but I don't know. So Cam Ward, I need to see how he handle adversity. I think he probably might be more mentally tougher than him, just on the limited information that I see, and maybe that's for a lack of a better word, mentally tough.
So I
But
had some concerns. I lived up in Washington for years. Just recently moved to badass Vegas. Loving it. So saw a lot of Washington State. Um, shout out to Pullman and Cougars. Shout out to Miguel Merriweather out there, former Washington Cougar. But I had some concerns about like what he does in pressure moments and that sort of stuff. Like, seems like he got a little loosey goosey at Washington State. I wanted to see improvement in that, and it looks like we're seeing that in Miami, but that's in his DNA. And so usually what you see, so quarterbacks in a way regress when they go to the NFL, right? They're not really regressing. It's just that everything is faster, bigger, stronger. And so they look a lot like the kind of discombobulated sophomore version of themselves in college, right? In their rookie year, a lot of times. And so I don't think Cam Ward will come out and, immediately, lead a team like CJ Stroud did. But he could. I mean, he has all the kind of athletic ability to do that, but kind of just got to see what he looks like as far as maturity in those moments, mechanics in those moments. Is he the run pass option thing is something that's, he's got to get settled. Does he hang too long or does he take off too early? That sort of stuff, right? Shador looks clean when it comes to these decisions. And we'll see about the clutch stuff. I'll have to keep an eye on it. But I didn't have a red flag go off for me, but, we'll see. I like Drew Aller, Penn State. I don't know if you guys ever had a chance to look at him. Jackson Dart, there you go, at Ole Miss, is lighting it up a little bit there. Anybody else you're interested in? I know people are talking about the Texas quarterbacks, but I'm not really a Quinn Ewers fan.
we don't. See, this pick for our quarterback, that's not our next year solution to any problem. Like our quarterback that we pick next year is not our next year solution to any problem. Like that piece that we pick should be the cornerstone of our franchise. Like, and we need to protect it as such. And that doesn't mean throw him on the field. Like, we need to really do. Everybody complains about we don't do things the right way. Like, keep a coach because we change coaches so often. I agree. I agree with you. So we're going to start doing that after we fire AP. Let's start doing that with our next coach, and then also with our quarterback. Now, if you're going to decide to let AP come back next year, then you might as well let him come back the year after that too. Then give him at least 3 years and that half a season right there, and that's all we're going to need to know about him. And so then we need to take care of our quarterback. We need to find a veteran quarterback and start making weight with the team that we actually have on the field now, and let our O-line gel, because, man, we was like a tight end being a tackle or a guard away. we was
running out of people. We was running out of people. And that's the thing, like, I don't think there's enough that has been given to the fact that this was not our year when it came to injuries. Our biggest offseason acquisition is out for the season. We're missing a starting safety. The offensive line has just been a complete and utter dumpster fire of injuries. This in and out, people gone for weeks at a time. No, people aren't fully healthy. Colton Miller's still not healthy fully from off season. I think he's been limited in practice this whole time. We lost Malcolm Kuntz, the other side of our pass rush, right? To go along with Christian Wilkins. So, like, 2 of the 3 best pass rushers on the team. We were able to repair that because we have some kind of astounding depth that I talked about earlier in the year. And then we brought in, the kid from Jacksonville, Chason, right? Which is a really good pickup. So, Michael Mayer missed significant time. Obviously, Devontae Adams asked out and was also injured. Jacoby Myers has been injured. Just on and on with the injury bug at key positions. And I guess we can't really just kind of sell that short, right? It does matter. And talking about mattering, I got someone that matters. Western!
Salute Nation.
What it
Salute.
do?
How you guys doing? I'm glad to be here.
How you feeling, my brother?
Doing good, man. I took the day off of work today because I have been working too hard. I've been working too much, and I am low on gas right now. You know what I mean? Dude. So while everybody is passed out at night, I am up during those hours. So I don't pass out till like 6:30, 7 a.m. and I got up at like 10 a.m. So you know what I mean? So I'm on like three hours rest, you know what I mean? But hey, who needs sleep? Because sleep is the cousin of death. So I'm here and I'm fired up and I'm just ready to go. I'm here to break hearts. Let's talk about some things here because it's
let's go back. You weren't here.
Yeah. So let's go back a bit here. So
first, Getsy.
So
he sleeps with the fish.
So hey, I knew that it was coming, right? But I didn't think that it was gonna come this soon. I thought that we should have waited until at least the end of the season because now AP has no scapegoat. So now
he might need to get on a skateboat.
Right? He's about to get on that skateboat and dip. But now all the pressure is on him, right? So he did have pressure on him, but now he has even more pressure on him because now he has nobody to point fingers at. You can't blame Getsy. You can't do this. Now it's really all on him. So now, it just all falls on him now. And who is the guy who is in charge of firing coaches? It's Pierce. And that was his call. And I've heard that we're entertaining and the possibility of bringing back Norv Turner, and I'm kind of like scratching my head, like, okay,
for what?
For OC
coordinate?
Yeah,
Norv
Turner.
Norv Turner.
Yeah, Norv Turner. So
like from Dallas. Okay.
Yeah, so I also know that he has a son.
Oh yeah, Scott's on the squad.
Yeah. So I don't know if the reports that I read got that mixed up with his son, but I'm kind of thinking like Norv Turner Sr. I don't really know, like too much of the possibility of that happening, So there's that. So Getsy, he was terrible. I get it, but we should have fired him at the end of the season. Now it's all on, Pierce. And now let's go back to Pierce now. So now let's talk about AP. Remember, a few weeks ago, I said with every single loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
My panic goes up 5%, on him, and so it's just been going up. It's
25% in the last 5 weeks, huh?
And
this fire and make it jump more than 5%. It made it like it went from like what we said, the chance of him getting fired. I said, dang, I said probably like about
last time.
Huh?
Y'all said 50, right?
No, I said 60% last time.
60%.
I forgot what I said. I said a low percentage. If I said 20%, it's like about 55% now for me. Like
now, so now I think right now it's about. I would say a good 65-70%, chance.
Y'all way low, bro. Y'all way
he's-
low. Like I said,
he's, gone.
94.7% is the number. Like he's outro, bro. Out.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. And then look, Pierce, I've said this in the past, right? He wasn't the first guy who I wanted to get, but since he's on our staff, I'm gonna cheer for him. I'm gonna go for him, and I wish him the best, right? But I wouldn't be shocked if going forward, continuing the season, if we ride it out with Ridder. I would not be shocked, if that happens, and I know you don't want to. I don't know your guys' full take. Well, I probably do, but I know you guys don't want to tank, and I don't like us, to just lose games either. I don't even like saying that, but given that where we're at now and we're in the top 5. With Getsy, since he's fired, right?
Yep.
He was the perfect tank general, guy.
General
like for that, and it's just like, man, but so now let's go back to the college guys who we could possibly get in the draft, right? So if I were to pick right now, my guy, and this is just me, I like Cam Ward first. That's just me. Sanders is cool. If we can't get Ward, then let's go get Sanders. But if I had a choice to pick over Cam Ward or Sanders, I would go with Cam Ward. And since we're in the top 5, like right now, so if I remember when I last checked, I think it was the Patriots, Panthers, Browns, and I can't think of the other, but Patriots don't really need a quarterback. Our Browns, are they really going to draft a quarterback and have Deshaun Watson sit? Because I don't think that'll go well with him, right?
Oh, no, he won't sit. He won't play for a long.
Well,
he got a year before he can.
Right, and then will the Panthers draft a quarterback again, knowing they have Bryce Young? That is a question there. And then Jacksonville, they have Trevor there. So is Trevor Lawrence their guy, or
there's no way. I would be really surprised if they decided that they're going to move on from Trevor Lawrence at this point. So I think they're.
And then Trevor Lawrence would go somewhere and win a Super Bowl. They get rid of him.
Right. It's a little early to give up on Trevor.
So and then just real fast, I just want to go on this guy's comment right here. Raider D87. He says, "Homie, Scott Turner is on our staff. You do follow us, right?"
The passing.
Yes, I do, brother. Nobody said Norb was a maybe. Now look. There's outlets that I do follow, and most of the outlets are pretty, solid with their sources. And when I just saw that, it said that there was a possibility of Norv Turner. Now, I know that his son is on our staff, so that's why I was thinking, I'm like, did they get that confused with his son? So that's where
that was the question. He was like, you can't be talking about old ass Norv, but even if so, it could be talked about around the campfire. Like, don't take it so serious. He said it's a possibility. Like, come on, man. Of course, someone knows.
No. That's cool. I just had to I don't take no personal thoughts. You know what I mean? Like they're free to say what they want to say. If they want to come out and be like, "Hey, Western, you asshole," whatever. Hey, man.
I need to learn that from you. Then
to their opinion.
I need to take that page out of your book.
You may take it, but you say that shit on my show to any of my guests, you're gonna get kicked out. So
No, I wouldn't go that. See, I wasn't that lit. Nah, but I feel it though. I don't know what's gonna happen though.
Thank
We
you.
don't know who
I
the OC
appreciate
gonna
that.
be.
what's that?
I said, yeah, but we don't know who the OC gonna be. It ain't gonna be Jesus Christ, so we in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's be Scott Turner probably would be the logical choice. California Davis correct. We could not run the ball or stop the run in the preseason, which did show up, which is just carried over to the regular season, and that is not even a joke. So, you know, what are you going to say about it? It is what it is, right?
Raider Ryan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You said Riddler. Like they're gonna see. That's gonna be another. Remember, I made the analogy about Jokey Smurf. I got a surprise. we think that Riddler is the solution. And I was on Raider Ben show. Shout out to Raider Ben. Like I was like, they put that boy in the game. I promise you, he not gonna play 3 games. I promise you,
He was getting hit a lot.
he'll play 3. He barely survived. Did y'all was y'all watching how they was? Was y'all watching how they was?
A lot.
No, wait. Was y'all? It was funny. It was so disrespectful. Like when they started lining up on defense, I was like, they disrespectful. Then they just started blitzing everybody at one point. They was like, we just gonna send everybody at them. Like
why
people
not?
just
They can't
started getting
block
knocked over, all kind of stuff. I'm like, this boy is not. He's not gonna make it. Y'all better hope AOC can hurry up and come back so he can go back on IR. Knock on wood.
Just have him put a cast over the cast, and then we just go with it.
It don't matter, man. That boy really ain't playing. He not even playing 3 games. Y'all tripping.
Yeah, so I personally think that if AOC does have that change, right, and if he does go with him for the rest of the season, I honestly think that it's clearly riding on the wall that's clearly a tank. Like it's gonna just be a tank. Like just a rolling army tank, just going down the street. That's just me, man.
It's a shark tank in the middle of the square, huh? So like a tank, I don't know. I mean, it's more of a developmental situation.
So because Getsy got fired, right? That kind of made me think like, okay, so maybe we do want to, like kind of put up more of a fighter's chance these games, which I don't get it. And trust me, I don't want to just forfeit games and lose, like all that, right? But if we're in the spot now where we're in the top 5 right now, and we're right there with all the other worst teams, and this is just me speaking, and this is not going to be popular with the rest of the Raider Nation. I feel like we got to seize and take that opportunity while it's given, and draft our cornerstone piece franchise quarterback.
Yes. All right. I need to have a conversation with the nation. Okay. I pretty much agree with Al Davis on everything that has to do with football. His true philosophies, right? The only thing I don't agree with is how Al Davis handled the development of quarterbacks and never just embracing the fact that we weren't good enough in a season. I get it. We all want to win. But mediocrity is a trap. It's a dangerous, dangerous purgatory that we can live in and be stuck in for a long time. It's a impediment to us actually improving and being in a situation where we can challenge for a Super Bowl. You see, when you win 7 games, you don't get the most important position taken care of the way it has to be taken care of, pretty much, if you want to win consistently. And so I think that we are like a forest that hasn't had its forest fire in 100 years because, well, we don't like fire. But now branches are choking off trees and it's overgrown and a bunny got buried and caught in some vines or something. Like we got to let the fire happen, man. And
we're a desert that misses the rain, and we need the goddamn rain. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to just let it flood, man. You know? And it's going to be good for us, I think. You know?
Yeah, we're literally in the desert now, for sure.
And I think Tom sees that. Tom Telesco sees that, and he's good at drafting players, you know. And I honestly think that he sees that, and he's like, "Look, yo, Mark, do this, and I'll get this." You know, like trust me. And then Brady's there too, right? So Brady's there, Seymour's there. That's one thing that I'm happy about Tom Brady being there is that he knows. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, Jordan, you know, it's different. I think it's different. Look, Tom Brady is a good quarterback. And I think that if he sits down with a Cam Ward or a Sanders, he can tell right off the bat, you know, if that guy is a good quarterback, you know, or not, or players other than Cam Ward or Sanders to be like, hey, look, Mark, this guy's a good kid, you know. He has the good tools, he has a good talent, he has the good brain, you know. Get him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we have a chance to kind of have a rebirth as a franchise here, right? I keep talking about how we have a professional general manager for maybe the first time in our history. I mean, like Al Davis was genius and just understood the game, but he was not like a schooled typical general manager, right? And some of that like process of thought is that way because it actually works, right? You draft certain positions have more value, right? And all that good stuff. So this is the first one we've had that had experience when he took the job.
Yeah.
And I think it matters seeing a perspective outside of the Raiders, right?
Yeah.
You know, we have not been successful at being a good, consistent team in the free agency era. It just has not. And that's a long time, right? You know, I think free agency was not something that suited Al Davis. He just kind of ignored the cap and the oblivion. I remember we would carry $60 million in dead money year to year sometime. We finally are in a position where we can clean up the cap. We still have Chandler Jones that we're paying for, guys.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a lot of, you know, cap room, though, and a lot of, you know.
Yeah, $100 million in cap space at least. We've got some contracts we can rework. And then I want to do kind of a off-season budgeting thing for the nation so that they can have an idea of, like, as we're going into the off-season, you know, how much cap space do we really have? You know, if we resign key players, how much is that going to cost us? And then what are we going to have left over? And, you know, when you go shopping, you got a list, right? You know, what's at the top of the list and, you know, what's like, well, if we got some money left over, right? So we'll see. I think it's going to be interesting. Ray Ryan said, I'll just go back real quick and show that. He said that maybe we get a defensive coach and Marvin Lewis to take over OC. Can't get much worse. I'm for this plan. I think we should experiment with.
I've heard that too. You know, also, hey, I mean, he's right. You know, it can get it worse. You know, so why not? You know, I mean, hey.
Right.
We'll have them bring that Bengals offense from back of the day. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
TJ, who's that?
If you can't win with the red rifle, then what are you doing, man? I mean,
who's the Mizzou?
What's up, Maggie? Maggie says, very interesting to hear all the thoughts and opinions. I really appreciate it. Been a fan since I was 10, 87. Okay. Seems like this is the worst season ever, and it makes me sad. Shout out to Idaho, which is full of Raider fans for some reason. Shout out to the nation out there. But
trust me, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. Trust me.
Yeah.
nah, I'm gonna
Last
say
year was not that cute, and the year before that either. But
it's Andrew Walter in the poor bread and
That was a
breakfast.
bad year.
How does it get worse than bed and breakfast, bro? Like
That was.
we literally
was
picked
so-
the dude
was-
up off of a fucking.
If I remember correctly, I think Shane Leckler and like Janikowski was like our best players, on that roster.
Yeah. I remember. This reminds me of that year in a lot of ways too, because we're being led by a young tight end that kind of came out of nowhere and was probably our only offensive weapon. Something similar happened. That tight end then went on to leave us immediately and become a Seahawk. So that was great.
Yeah.
Colton Miller was getting bullied. I've seen this theme a lot this year, which is why Colton Miller may get traded. What do you guys think about that? Should we trade him now?
So
Has he not peaked?
when we talked earlier before the season started, we both talked about how we could have traded him for a high draft pick, and I kind of wish we could go back to that time, because I don't think his his stock is the same, because yesterday's price is not the same price as today's price, So
this is true. This is true. Although if we did trade him, then we would have had to have taken 2 tackles probably instead of just 1, right? So that's a big difference. Probably no Bowers at that point because you got to go tackle first round. You're just that bad at tackle. So I can understand not wanting to put yourself in that desperate of a need. You want to go into the draft not having to take one position, but that's not usually how it works out, right? Teams are bad for a reason. And then we got SAG saying we're going to tank if we try our hardest. Cool. Yeah, we're bad this year. I don't know who your team is, but they're probably usually
I know
bad.
you don't sound like a Raider fan. You sound like Raider, but hey, it's cool, man. All teams are welcome here. It's all good.
Oh yeah, they're definitely welcome. We will tease you though for picking a bad team to follow. Raider Ryan, I threw out my prediction of a 10-win season after the Steelers game. Looking to be 4 wins at this point. Yeah, I backed off my "we're going to be good" thing somewhere around 3 or 5 minutes into the first quarter of the first game. So, but yeah.
Yeah, my picks too completely went opposite. It's like a chessboard that you just flip over, and all the pieces fly everywhere. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah, man. I feel like it was he's the opposite. He's playing checkers, not chess, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else playing chess, and AP's out there playing checkers. I just skip over this dude, and it's good, right? No, you can't do that.
Hey, but back to him, right? He's a young coach. It's his first real coaching stint. He was thrown into the head coach spot. Just boom, you're there. He wasn't linebacker coach. So, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, right? He wasn't my first coaching hire, but there's only so much that we could expect from him That's given his history, so there's only so much that we could hope for.
I feel like it was more than this, though, right?
Oh, I definitely had, higher expectations, right? But it shows now, like it really, really shows. And I really feel like that if the Raider players, and the Raider fans just in general, not throwing shade, they're like fans, but if they really didn't advocate, to like have him, I really didn't think that, he would be our coach, now. It was a Chiefs game last Christmas that got him, the job, that was the fucking, sorry, part of my cursing. That was the Galvin that boom, okay, got the job, and then the team just fell in love with him. The fans, and all that. I get it, but
Yeah, he
but
did
just
his.
look, it's just starting to, to like show. And trust me, Getsy sucks too. But we shouldn't have fired him this early. We should have waited until the end of the year. Pierce's inexperience is showing, and it's just all crumbling now. It's just like pie crust. It's just all just falling. It's just all just.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a bad, Jenga.
And I'm tired of him saying the same thing over and over every single press conference. Oh, well, I
Do you think we got
gotta
to
see the tape.
execute better?
I got to see the tape. I'm like, how many times do you have to see the tape, man? It's like, come on, man. It's
Yeah. Eventually, it just becomes like, well, do you need to see the tape?
I hate to say it, but he's running out of excuses, and his leash is getting short, and some people want to keep him, some people want him gone, and I'm just in that boat where I want to keep him forward now, right? But I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked at all if there was a coaching change at the end of the season. I would not be shocked.
Yeah, I think he's auditioning to have a chance to keep his job here. I think that's slim. I think that, Mark is a decisive person. I think that once he sees something, he doesn't unsee it.
And I bet you,
I worked the facility. I've seen him a lot more.
Tom Brady was like in his ear too. I bet you. Brady's like, hey man, like.
Yeah, he's out there measuring drapes and stuff right now. So just saying, I'm just saying. So sometimes it bees like that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see what this coaching search looks like if we do have one, right? I'd like to see a professional thing where we go through and we give everybody, interviews. We are completely open-minded. Right. We haven't decided who's going to be the person ahead of time. We don't have like the fans and coaches and players, or fans and players, deciding, who their guy is. They stay out of it and let the professionals do their job. That'd be cool. But that's not the Raider way. That's not the Raider way, right? Yeah. We're gonna predetermine this bitch for sure. Yeah. We'll see how we do that.
Yeah. So after we couldn't hire Kingsbury, right? Do you know the guy who I really would have liked to have for offensive coordinator? And a lot of people don't like him, but I think he has a good offense. And this is just me. Eric Bieniemy.
Okay, so Bieniemy is not a problem.
I like his offense, man.
I think the problem with Bieniemy is that he violates the Raider code for having issues with violence against women, and so he cannot be a Raider. You don't.
Well, we hire Cable.
So different, right?
But he choked the girl.
Mm, you know,
That's terrible. Trust
So
me.
the difference, of the two is
allegedly.
there's a couple of differences, but I'll say the non-political reason is we can just see Cable haven't had a trouble getting a job, albeit not a head coaching job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Bieniemy, like they're gonna put a cap on what they're gonna do because God forbid they start being successful and that come out. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's gonna be crazy. So I think that's why they haven't even got opportunities. He been deserved, in my opinion. So I agree with you. But they not, I also agree with brother, they're not gonna let it happen because of that.
Yeah. So we probably I don't think Bieniemy is an option here. It's because ever since Al implemented that rule, we've stayed with it. Mark followed it as well. I think it's a great rule. Right?
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We can fill the team of non women by you know what I mean? Like we can do that. Yeah. So I mean, let's put it this way. What type of coordinator or what type of head coach are you guys looking for? Like what's the mold?
I'll tell you right now. I've been saying this. I want to give me Ben Johnson. I feel like if we could. So look, we're so as of right now we are in the top 5. For in the top 5 picks in the first round. I think that's definitely attractive for any coach who would like to become a head coach. Vegas, silver and black. You're in Sin City. You'll be that coach to turn that leaf. What a story it would be. I feel like it would be great for whoever that coach could be. If we can't land, like a Ben Johnson, I want an established coach with a good track record and history. Now this is not popular, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'm going to say this right now. And he don't have a job right now, and he makes podcasts. I'm going to say Bill Belichick, and I don't care what people say about Patriots and all this stuff. And I know, okay, Brady, he could have won me Brady, right? But he's still a good coach, and he's night and day difference between Pierce. And that's just.
Does he bring back Josh to run the offense, or Josh McDaniels as a coordinator too? Or I saw that. No. I actually saw that somewhere. To be real,
man,
Josh McDaniels will never step foot in this facility again.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll be there. I'll be there to meet him. I'll be there. I will be there. I'll find you. So.
Yeah, I don't think Bill would honestly bring Josh back. I think he'd bring back his other coordinators, or something like that. But I don't think he would bring him back.
No, bringing him back is how you get Mark to say hell no. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, it's no." So, I'd like to see, and I really hope that we can get somebody who's had some head coaching experience, either at the college or pro level, and who can inspire and capture the team a lot like AP did, but then deliver, right?
Yeah.
Right? And make the right head coaching decisions and things like that, right? So I think that's kind of where my head's at. I'd rather have an offensive, type of head coach, but that doesn't always happen. You know, I feel like Ben Johnson is going to get a huge contract somewhere. I don't know what those possibilities are, but it feels like, why would he take this job if he can take any job, right? Like, this is a rough job, and we even started to talk about what the refs will do, right?
Top 5 pick, franchise quarterback.
You do get a top 5 pick and a franchise quarterback and the big salary. So it's possible, right? There's also
I take it. I take it. I mean, like,
yeah.
look. All you trying to do is get inside the club when you in his position. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whether you sneak in, you pay, you get a +1. However you get in, you just get in, right?
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Yeah, I mean, beggars can't be choosers, right? Yeah, I could see that. I could see him. He could accept the job. It just, if there were other more appealing jobs, and it's possible just because of how often we had turnover at coaching position. I mean, we've got some building blocks on offense, but not a ton. And you look at the team from the outside in, and you're like, okay, well, we've got Bowers.
We got Brock Bowers. That's
right.
Enough said, right there. No, I'm just kidding. No, but look, we got Bowers. We got
JPJ.
Top 5 pick. JPJ.
Blaze.
On defense, we have some young, good, player, uprising talent players, and a bunch of cap room.
Defense is different.
And he could pick his players, mold his team, and yeah, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be as attractive as a lot of other people would say. There's another coach in college too. So I don't really know the terms with college coaches and how their contracts work there, but there is a coach in college. So he was the former coach at Washington. He was Penix's old coach, and he's now with Bama. Kellen DeBoer. I really like him too.
Are you leaving Bama though? Like, if you're the Bama head coach, are you leaving?
Yeah, I know. But so I get it, Bama, right? But would you rather be in the minors or in the pros?
It's questionable whether the Raiders are considered in the pros.
No, I get it though. But
no, I hear you.
Bama. Because if you get a legacy dropped on you like that, unless you see yourself messing it up, then you might want to jump off early and just get off the cloud of it. But other than that, you might want to go in and be a college great, and then you can. You don't have to coach for 20, 30 years no more like those coaches had to. You can coach for 10 years, win about 3 national championships, and you can get an NFL job for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing. College coaches have more control. They will make at a major program just as much or more money sometimes. And that control is huge for them, right? They get to be the general manager because they're recruiting, right? So they pick their players. They have utter and complete control over the offense, defense, stuff's being called. There's no one looking to fire them, the next week except for crazy alumni. And so I think there's a lot of appeal if you're at Alabama and not wanting to leave that situation. Yeah, I mean, Nick Saban had a short little stint trying to be a pro coach, and then he decided, you know what, this college stuff is better for me. And I don't know, it might be something that you see because it's just like it's a better kind of deal for the coach itself. Right? Now for the players, not so much, but we talked about that. Right? So as we're like kind of winding down the show and thinking about what we're gonna do moving forward, we've got a bye week coming up, which is a good time for us to kind of take a look and look deeper into kind of each of these subjects. So, I'll be putting out some episodes, and we'll probably do some lives where we kind of really get into the nitty gritty of what the hell happened to the offensive line, right? How do we go from,
a lost of pound somewhere, bro.
Top offensive line to this complete turnstile situation that we have happening right now, where guys are just missing reads and blocks and blocking each other and blocking the wrong guys. What did we misread about the running game? Is this all O-line, or is this really just like?
I think that's why those two coaches got fired too, because it was just terrible. It was terrible, man. James Craig and Rich Jello. It was.
I brought this up, while
how you start a rookie center and it go bad, and then you fire. You get fired because they can't produce, as if that's the reason why we losing. Like, that's what's weird. It's not, bro. It's enough blame to go around for everybody. Everybody got enough when they play to get fired, for real. But it was because we had this higher expectation of ourselves than we thought more high of ourselves than we should have. And now we over here trying to save face. It's kind of like when you at the table and you know you losing, and then you just almost at the end of your money, and then you want to go in and double down instead of just taking another time and play another hand. You just gonna double down and lose it. Come on, man. Y'all out here just doing anything right now. Like, the Raiders is funny. This is comedy right now. I'm telling y'all, this is comedy.
But that's on Pierce for firing them. On Pierce. Pierce saw it and he's like, you know what, man. So that's why I'm telling you, man. All the scope is on Pierce. It's all on Pierce now. So there was a scope on Getsy and a little scope on Pierce, but now all the scopes are on Pierce.
He got rid of his front line,
and they're waiting to pull that trigger, dude. They're waiting to pull the trigger.
The whole front line is thrown under the bus. They gone now. Ain't no snipers up there no more. He out there talking about that's 100% my call. Okay, Mr. President, you see what they tried to do to Trump, but you over here thinking you infallible. Watch, he might not make it to the end of the season. I'll be very surprised.
I would not be shocked. I would not be shocked, but it would be wise. It would be wise to just wait until the end of the season until they, canned him, But we'll see. We
lost like 4 more games in a row.
Damn.
Oh, he's gone.
I think you got a cannon.
He's gone.
4 in a row. That's 9 straight games.
So about maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, I brought this up and said, hey, what if we just go out and we just keep and we don't win and we lose like 4 or 5, games straight, 6 games straight, is Pierce gone, and you're like, no. But see, hey, I'm telling you,
9 is different than 5. This is already bad. 4 more weeks of this.
So hey, you
can't tell me.
I called it.
Yeah. But you can't tell me that if you fire your offensive coordinator early in the year, y'all keep losing, the head coach ain't after that.
Yeah, that's all you can do. The house is on fire, right? You already threw the furniture out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing left to do but to run out the front door, bro. You got to go.
I think low key Marv Luce, is in the background, like, Yeah, I'm just waiting, to just take over. you know,
Come back.
He's like, yeah.
Oh no!
He like, I can
He's
turn
gonna
this
have a
team around.
golden staff of old coaches that have been waiting for their shot. It's gonna be
Yeah.
Art Shell and Bill Parcells in there, right?
And then once Pierce is gone, watch, you're gonna have Marv Lewis and Joe Philbin fighting, telling Mark Davis, "No, I'm better. No, I'm better. I should coach. No, I should be the interim coach."
I don't know who the interim head coach has to be.
Hey, our next 4 games.
Graham.
Our next 4 games is Dolphins at the Dolphins. We can definitely lose that one.
Yeah.
The Broncos at home. That's going to be the backbreaker, right? That's when they're going to start talking about firing AP.
Yeah, that's where they're going to give us.
No, they ain't going. And then we come back and play the Chiefs, and they just crush us. It's going to be terrible. And then the week after that, we play the Bucks. And Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield want to give us a surprise. I got a surprise.
So that Chiefs game is going to be the tombstone pile driver. Rest in peace. Fold the arms. Roll the eyes back. 2, 3.
Yeah, that's when they fold the arms.
And it's over.
Yeah. The Bronco game is really going to be the doom. The Chiefs game is just playing you out and putting your arms like this so they can count it out.
Like that. We're gonna flip the hair back, roll the eyes back, and count to 3, and that's it, dude.
And then the following week after that, we got our only 5:00 game. We get 5:30 game against the Falcons. Now, too bad Riddler won't be alive to play that game.
Riddler. Wow.
He's gonna be done for the season by then. I promise you.
Dang. Hey, who else might be done for the season? But
Minshew gonna come and play with the Jags, but he ain't gonna care. He gonna throw for 4 picks, and the Jags gonna get in the playoffs because of that win. Then the Saints gonna play us the following week and scrape us. Yeah, we in trouble. Yeah, you know what? We might get the number 2 pick this year.
We might. But did you guys hear Dennis Allen got canned because Derek Carr is especially attuned at getting Dennis Allen fired?
Yeah.
Wait.
Him and Thomas going at it right now.
Derek Carr is really, really good at getting Dennis Allen fired from head coaching jobs. He's 2 for 2.
Dennis Allen got fired?
He did.
He did?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't think that was a good fit anyway, but I didn't think it was going to. I think that kind of gave him reason to come there because he was familiar with him already.
Okay, so I just got to throw this out so I just found this out. Derek Carr, I believe is the first quarterback. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong. He's the first quarterback to lose to all 31 teams.
Yeah, that's what happened when you play with the Raiders for 10 years or 9 years. Everybody gets some.
And he lost to
he hasn't lost to the Raiders yet.
Panthers too, just like us, So the Saints ain't that much better, than like
he has one more team he has to lose to. He has to lose to the Raiders. We're the only team that hasn't beaten Derek Carr.
No, they'll be the only team he win to. That don't beat him.
Listen,
he'll make sure of that.
We want to finish it off. We need to go ahead and finish it off.
We're gonna make sure of that. He's not gonna lose this year.
Yeah, Derek Carr, he's got to play.
Who's he throwing to? He hurt. He got Olave hurt, and Michael Thomas.
Wait. I didn't even see the play. Did he get him hurt?
Yeah, he got carted off.
He threw a complete
No, I know he got carted off, but did he get him hurt though?
He threw it high over the middle and ran him into the safety.
Hospital ball.
Was it a penalty?
Nope.
Damn.
He was asleep.
It's football.
Michael Thomas went on a rant about
Yeah,
how
they're feuding right now, man.
Man, them little hoe ass niggas. But I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, they're beefing right now, man. He's calling Carr a bum, get him out of here, and Carr saying, you know,
I'll never throw it to you. Don't worry about it.
you know,
Michael
I'm
Thomas
all of
went
that.
on. He quit.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not playing with Carr. I don't want to die.
Slant King.
Man, go somewhere with that.
That was the post, and he threw it like he had Michael. He had Olave like reaching out like this.
Let's not act like he throw like Tony Romo, man. Come on.
I mean it's not like he got Hunter Renfrow into concussion protocol.
It's football, man. Damn. It's not 7-on-7. You can make the catch. They pay you millions of dollars to run across the middle. So scary ass.
Just reporting the news.
I know, and so go forward my message to the reporters because they whining. That's all. I mean, I get it. I play receiver, and if you get knocked out, you get knocked out. That's just kind of that's what comes with it. I'm sorry. I mean, you go back and tell the quarterback, no, he feel more bad than anybody. He threw the ball. Like, can't nobody feel worse than him. Y'all think he over here going playing with his kids? Like, okay, oh well. No, you know, Derek Carr, he already sensitive.
You're right. He probably is practicing a press conference, and
that boy probably been in prayer for like 12 hours.
Yeah. And like pumping iron oil on his arms.
Got to get paid that much, and if I was going to get paid that much, I'd take a hit.
Man,
you know,
what'd you say?
I said if I was going to get paid that much money, I would take a hit. You know, like
you wouldn't.
You know, I want to, but. But you know, like that, you know, good salary like that.
That hit was probably only like 10 years of lucid thinking that he lost. That's it.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
And plus, Derek Carr is hurt, so I'm sure he didn't get all his passes. Going to be high right now. Not all of them, but you know what I'm saying. Like
Derek Carr's hurt. What?
But you also got to make business decisions for yourself too, you know. So if that ball is kind of too high, you know, if the game ain't really online,
the only decision is to jump up there and get it.
You know,
kind of be like,
decision. You know, just let it go.
I don't know. Did you see that hit? Because the safety put him to sleep.
Let me go look. Hold on, I'm gonna go look.
Bad, bro. Like,
I'm gonna give y'all my live reaction.
So I take it back. I would make a business decision call on you know, on that.
No,
that's a business decision call right there. You like, no,
I don't care though. You still got it, man. Let me see.
Walter Reed for real.
Yeah, especially if that ain't, you know, like playoff game or the game.
Oh hell no! Come on, man, y'all tripping.
This ball, where the ball is, bro?
Man, y'all tripping.
Straight into the safety. He is out cold.
Yeah, y'all tripping. You know why he got hurt?
Why?
You know why he got the concussion?
Why?
See, I just look like this. Like, if he would have hit him and the other dude was there, like it wouldn't have been. It probably would have been worse. I mean, it would have looked worse.
Right.
But it's the fact that he got hit and then he didn't have nowhere to go. Like,
yeah.
It lacked the inertia. Like, it was no inertia. Like, he really got hit and then was like, boom, like right there. Like, it's like he got hit like while laying on the ground almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it was bad, and it was all upper body too. So, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't bad. I'm just saying, like, when I was thinking he was running and he was jumping across the middle and then he caught it or missed it and a safety came and hit him like right here, like, wow.
Yeah. No, the pass was much worse than that.
No, I can see The pass got away from him. I get that. Matter of fact, he didn't even extend because the pass was too high. So he was kind of like, and then he came down, and then he got hit anywhere late. But they did throw a flag.
Yeah.
They did throw a flag.
They did throw a flag on that?
Yeah, because he hit him hella late.
Was it late? Because it seemed like the ball was just going past. And,
and it was high.
Yeah, the ball's high. Listen,
no, I'm talking about the hit was high.
Oh, a little high.
Yeah, he hit him right in the head with his shoulder.
Okay, that's
you can't do that. They had nothing to do with the pass. You can't hit nobody in the head with your shoulder.
I mean, I guess they have a helmet on. This is.
No, man. I thought y'all was talking about Derek Carr tried to get the boy killed.
Well, I mean, Michael Thomas feels like he did. So.
No, that's all. That's all old boy that hit him like that. That's just playing physical football, like setting the tone.
Yeah, I mean that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but you can't give him a shoulder in the head though.
No, he's forearm shiver, right?
Even a forearm, you can't hit him in the head.
All right, can I head slap him on the way in at least or something like?
No, bro.
Okay, well, the game's changed. It's gonna be nice to everybody. Buy him flowers and shit. So Olave's hurt, and who else do they have to throw to? And I don't know if Derek Carr makes it to that game, so we'll see.
Well, that game is like way, so we'll see if he's healthy. You know what I mean? And during that week, so we'll.
Trust me, he'll be there.
He said he's got it circled.
He'll be there.
The previous 2 weeks off, nigga. Like,
trust me, he'll be there. It's just some things that some people show up to, and that's one of them.
No, I can't. I
don't doubt it. You know what I mean?
I count.
Even if he get knocked out next week and they tell him you got 6 to 8 weeks, I promise you he gonna come back to play that one game, and then don't play the game after that.
Yeah, go back out. But see, I count on him to be who he is. So this is a big game. He's putting a lot of pressure on. So I expect that he'll come out, throw for 143 yards, fumble twice, and have 2 pick sixes.
Against the Raiders?
Yes. Because that's what he would do against like the Chiefs or anyone that was a tough game that he was worried about.
First of all, them stat lines that you just said, the Raiders ain't gonna get that in the next 4 games. So I don't even know how you think they're gonna do that in one game.
That was his average, I think, against the Chiefs, right? Like 143 yards, 2 fumbles, and 2 picks, I think. Something like that.
We're not gonna get 2 fumbles and 2 picks in the next 4 games. No. Although, if Minshew do play, like I was saying, for some reason, it ain't even necessarily got to be his fault. It's just turnovers just follow him. Like, how do you just like fumble a handoff, like for real? And the thing about it is, when you the quarterback running back exchange, that's a 50-50 thing. You can't really blame that on one person unless you just obviously see he put it in the pocket and dude looking at something else and then don't get the ball or don't come in there wrong. You know what I'm saying?
He just didn't get his hands up all the way fast enough.
So that was a running back. He over there running too fast.
He was too fast for the play. Minshew had to quickly try to put it in there.
Yeah, like why are you right here?
Yeah, he was too far down.
So you can't go like this. So he's doing like this to keep it tucked.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, man, the stuff that we just get mad at the result. But like I said, no matter if it's his fault or not, for some reason, turnovers just follow him. Like
this in this iteration, for some reason on this team, the craziest thing is literally in the San Diego game, he was second all time, set the record for second all time for least amount of interceptions through the first like 24 starts. Only Patrick Mahomes threw less interceptions. And so this guy is not an interception quarterback, guys. He literally set a record for having the least amount. This is what we do. This is what we do. So
hey, I forgot. Didn't Ridder? I keep calling him Ridder. Ridder, didn't he have a fumble too or something?
You know.
Did he have a fumble? Did he have a turnover? I think he fumbled.
Yeah, he fumbled it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. and he got sacked hella times.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He let a touchdown drive.
And he was trying to get up out of there. And now y'all should see why Minshew was in there moving like that, because at least he was getting away a lot of times, like for real.
Yeah. No, that the pocket was absolutely non-existent, dude. Like,
But I hope he goes somewhere. Minshew, you got a fan with me, Minshew. I don't care where you go, bro. You got a fan with me because I hope you get up out of here because they doing you wrong. Like AP gonna go to him this week and say, "Well, wherever you do, if you want to come to the meeting with the flip flops on, just be you and la la la." Like you should have been letting them do that, but then you gonna come to him and say that now, and then pull him halfway through the game. Like, bro, come on, bro.
Well, how about let
That's because Pierce is inexperienced, and I say we trade him too, and I say we get all the draft capital that we can and just stockpile them picks, man.
Yeah, trade Minshew. Can we trade AP to like the Chargers
for a 5th round?
Let's trade it to the Chiefs.
Yeah, that'll help us.
Like, let them run the clock and game management stuff.
Exactly.
Punt.
Well, he'll be a practice squad coach. He'll be a practice squad coach.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Raider Ryan made that clear. He actually has a coach that does that for him.
He does.
That makes those decisions for him.
Right. So yeah, whatever. This is just like a scary movie that ain't scary. It's just stupid.
The Raiders, scary movie that isn't very scary.
This is a funny, scary movie. Like
you tried to scare Mahomes with a Kermit puppet, so that's where we're at
for over 20 years.
Ouch. Any final thoughts, guys, before we get out of here?
Yeah. My final thought is this. There's absolutely no way I'm going to let my boy go to no darn Raiders. I'm not going to do it. I mean, if Eli can not go where he don't want to go, I'm for sure let my... You want Shiloh? I got Shiloh for you. I don't like Shiloh too much anyway. Y'all want Shiloh?
I got a question for you, Dia. Would you come with him?
What? Oh, no. I got to go to Florida State. They're going to get rid of me out of Colorado. I got to get out of Colorado. They're going to run me out of there because I am still, you know what I mean? Once my boy go, it's gonna be bad. No, I'm sorry. You say something more like this. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go where the Lord take me. He's just gonna call me collect, and I'm gonna just answer the call again. Wherever they want me to go, I'm gonna go. If they want me to go to the Raiders, I'll go to the Raiders too.
I like it.
That's exactly what he would say. You said that you had a question you wanted to ask me.
Oh yeah, my question was, did you think that this was going to happen as fast as it did?
The Getsy firing?
Yeah, like the domino, because really this is the domino.
Domino
right?
one, yeah.
Because really you've been saying that the domino started before when they were setting them up, and I'm like, yeah, but we gotta wait because sometimes you knock the dominoes over and they don't start all of them. Maybe the first 3 or 4 might fall. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you get a chance to sit them back up, and you know what I'm saying. Then I saw this last one.
Midway down the train now, the dominoes is flying. All of them.
Yeah. So did you expect it to start the dominoes to fall, like to really start going as fast as it's going?
Yes, because I think what's going to happen is that his last opportunity to have any real chance to save his job is coming off the bye week. If he can have this team like reassert itself, correct some flaws and that sort of stuff by having the bye week, self-scout thyself. Shout out to the Chris Sims old show on Bleacher Report. But looking at yourself and deciding like what can we improve, right? What can I improve about my coaching? If he can do that over the bye week and show some progress, then there's a chance. But I'm saying there's not a chance because I don't think it's in. Okay. So there you go. That's my prediction. It's going to be more of the same. But the right around halfway through the season, right? It was Halloween, famously, when Joshy Boy got the call in front of his kiddies that he was going to have plenty of time to eat their candy and make them upset. So I'm sure he ate up all the kids' candies, and his children probably hate him. So, yeah. Moving on. This is the time of the year that we got rid of Joshy Boy. So this is the time of year where, Mark starts to get antsy when things are not going in the right direction, right?
That's true.
So, yeah, this is about it. We got a bye week coming, and if he can't get it turned around after the bye week, you said we got Denver. If we lose to Denver at home after,
no, we got Miami first in Miami.
Okay. Miami,
Gonna lose that game.
Yeah,
then Denver.
So I want to retract my previous statement here because you guys you made my eyes open here. So what you guys said is true about how the first domino was with Luke Getsy being fired. Now that opens the door with Antonio Pierce being fired before the season ends. So now with that, I'm going to retort and say that I think that if Pierce does not make any changes happen, I think he's going to be gone by Thanksgiving.
I think you're right. And I think part of the reason why that needs to happen is because there's still a coach on this staff that we need to see about, and that's Patrick Graham.
But you might not want to mess with that though. Because even though he got some suspect stuff going on, we can't juggle 3 balls at a time. We got to do the old school, like just with 2. We can't try to get a new offense and a defense at the same time. Like we'll muck that up for sure. Like we just can't.
So do you think that we should have Patrick Graham retained no matter who the head coach is coming in?
Yeah, we better retain him because it's the best D we had. We got some stuff we need to address, but they can always blame it on the offense. So as long as y'all fix the offense, then by process of elimination, then he's going to be on the hot seat faster than he normally would have because in this culture that we got going, he should damn near be on the hot seat. But the fire's so hot on the offense side of the ball, like we didn't know that wasn't going to have an offense, but. So I think we better retain him. We better.
So if you're, Ben Johnson, why would you accept the job where you don't get to pick your defensive coordinator, right?
Is he a defensive coach?
No.
Well, he ain't got no say so, little boy Rico.
Okay, but you're head coach. You got to pick your staff, right?
No, you pick the offense side. We bringing you in to change the offensive culture, and we already got a defensive culture.
Sound a lot like Aloe.
Yeah. Okay. What you gonna do? Recreate a new one?
Yeah.
I think Graham, though. I think if teams, if they want to interview Graham as a head coach, I definitely think he'll take the interviews. Now the question is, how hard are we gonna try to retain him as a defensive coordinator if he does have the opportunity to be a head coach at a different place, If
he has an opportunity as a head coach, then he's going to. He's going to take it on, right?
That's where I think Ben Johnson will get his staff. That's where I think he'll get his his things there. But that would be great, if we could have Ben Johnson and keep Graham. That would be a perfect world, right? But it's kind of hard to see Ben Johnson with Graham here because I honestly think that some team out there is going to offer him a head coaching job. Graham, you think so? Even after this year with the defense, right? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get a lot of head coaching opportunities because defense wasn't stellar. I think when you watch the tape, you can see it's not him.
right? And the defense is schemed well, and they had a lot of issues with injuries and blah blah blah. But
because
that's
if you see, right, I mean, our team is just bad, and it's not really on Patrick Graham. You know, we have a bunch of injured players, you know, and we're just in shambles now. And I think that smart team will like see that, and I guarantee you that he'll have at least one call, you know, to go out and they'll talk to him.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a bad job, you know, like I wouldn't take the Browns job. I'll stay a coordinator. I'm good. I don't want that one. Yeah, that's how you end your career before it gets started, right? So yeah, I think that he does. For my point is that when we brought Antonio Pierce up to head coach position, he was a linebacker coach under Patrick Graham. Patrick Graham probably deserved that opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
But AP charmed his way into it, right?
I'm telling you, because he Mike Singletaried his fucking ass. Sorry, he Mike Singletaried his freaking way up there, dude. He did all the rah freaking Flavor Flav, waved the freaking clock around and hyped everybody up, you know, kid and play, you know, he did all that, right? You know what I mean? But
yeah, you know,
ain't gonna hurt nobody. You know, and you know, man, I'm telling you, man, it's you know, I'm gonna be honest, man, and it's just, you know, you can only talk so much. You can only you can gift the gab so much, man.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty soon, like, you gotta toss X's and O's.
Like toss him right, like around Thanksgiving. That gives Graham only like 4 games, so it's not enough to like win the job over, right? But it's enough to like see if he should be, you know, in that mix of candidates that we interview, right? For the sake of the continuity issue, right?
He's just like so Pierce is like Mike Singletary, and if he could be compared to a basketball coach, it would be like Mark Jackson, a good talker but can't job, no X's and O's, bro.
Mark Jackson. I'm glad to hear you say that, because everybody seemed to think Mark Jackson made the Warriors what they are, and he was making them a defensive team. Like, he don't have X's and O's like that. And everybody think that, no, Steve Kerr came in with X's and O's, like,
yes, and
for sure.
Look, and I'm an unbiased. Look, I'm not even a Warrior fan. I'm a Lakers fan, and look, I am being honest. I remember when before Curry was there, before Thompson was there, when Ellis first got there, that's when, you know, the Warriors were.
Steven Jackson.
They had Baron Davis, you know, like all that. That's when it all kind of, you know, started. You know, when shit was getting hype over here, you know, I'm like, oh shit, you know, it was cool, you know, but yeah, you know, you could only talk so much, but then Kerr came in and switched that shit around, you know.
Yeah, chopped it up.
Yeah, so I think AP get fired after the Chiefs game. I think that if we lose the Dolphins and Broncos and we lose the Chiefs, that's it for him. That's the November 29th game.
Okay, yeah, right after Thanksgiving, in the little cusp between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah. So then you only have like 4 games after that? 3 or 4 games?
1, 2. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games after that. That's a good sample set. A little baby sample.
Not enough to win the job over, but enough to be considered, and you know, if you can do something with it and start to see.
Yeah, it's enough to rule yourself out.
It is enough. Which he deserves that opportunity, probably, right? And if he gets that opportunity to do something well with it, even if we don't choose him, it probably springboards him to having an opportunity as a head coach at a different position, which we want to see, because we're always Raider, and I think he's a good guy who deserves a little bit of run out there. He's a smart guy.
Who?
Patrick Graham
as the interim head coach.
Yeah.
I would love to like see that happen, right? But as Black said, I don't think we're gonna do that because on the defensive side, I really think that we're gonna make that guy is gonna be Marv Lewis. That's who I think will be that person to kind of take that job after. And I'm calling it right now.
So you're saying if we keep AP, Marvin Lewis is
No. If
threw up in my mouth a little bit.
if Pierce is fired, right?
Mm-hmm.
Marv Lewis will be the interim head coach.
Oh no, oh God, please no. So the only reason he's allowed to be near this team is because AP is there.
I'm calling it, and that's just what I think because
Marv Lewis ain't gonna say no.
I think he has the most head coaching experience. I think he's slightly better than Joe Philbin.
He said slightly better than Joe Philbin.
Yeah, you know. So
wasn't Joe Philbin like 2-14 for the Dolphins or something like that?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. He's better than Joe Philbin. I think that
better guy.
No, we're talking about the right now version, not the old version.
Shots at
Marv Lewis. Marv Lewis might not can win a game in the NFL for real now.
I mean, didn't he set a record for like most seasons without a playoff win?
I don't really know the like Bengals and his but I do remember when he had Palmer and Chad Johnson and TJ and all that. He was all right.
Dylan
with a Hugh Jackson, and all that. It was all right.
Hugh Jackson and Carson Palmer. That's a whole episode. As a matter of fact, we got time since the Raiders are so bad. We might have to do a whole episode where me and Black just fight about the Carson Palmer trade. So.
I talk about that all the time. Why do all of the quarterbacks we get like we get them during a trade or free agent, right? But then as soon as they go to a different team, they fucking pardon my cursing. They do better. Like Palmer, we had him, right? But then as soon as he left, he did better. Kerry Collins.
Oh, you mean he went to Arizona?
Had him, and then Collins left. He did better. It's like shit.
It's like this. If
we got the best of Kerry Collins.
Let's say
we got the best of Kerry Collins.
Yeah. We did. Let's say if you date a girl that you gave to her your heart and effort and time, and she just was so unappreciative, and the culture was just bad. And then y'all finally break up this toxic relationship, and you go to another one, right? It might not be perfect, but they was appreciative. You're gonna play better, no matter how ugly she is or how she can't cook, maybe, or whatever. You just remember what you came from, and so you just gonna flourish in that situation. And I think that what happens with the Raiders, players go to other organizations and they be like, "Man, that's a breath of fresh air."
So yeah, breath of fresh air with real professional processes that are consistent. Norv Turner thing is not just being heard by Western, so it's out there. Someone's talking the Norv Turner talk.
I'm telling you, man.
Let's just recycle all the old coaches and put them on our staff. I mean, they didn't get fired for any particular reason.
Man, he was good back in the day, but I don't trust him now, man. He's I'd rather take
can draw up offensive plays until he's in a casket. Yeah, I think he's really brilliant when it comes to that. I think that he should probably stay away from anything else. That's just my opinion. But yeah, good guy. Shout out to Mike Silver, his best buddy out there. So, yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up, guys. We're almost on 2 hours. So, thanks for joining us. Coming on out. Any final words? I said this last time, but any final words for you guys on all this before we get out of here?
Man, I'm gonna say highly questionable. That is my 2 words, highly questionable, and that's for Pierce, where he is highly questionable right now, and he's definitely in the hot seat, in the hot pot. He's like a boiling crab right now, and
Yeah, I think the
he's in
water.
there right now, steaming right
Yeah,
now.
he's already cooked. He just doesn't know it yet. You know that crab that's like chilling. You're like, why is he not reacting?
Yeah.
Like, it's because the water just went up slowly the whole
Yep.
time. You never really felt the
Yep.
increase, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, he's not moving anymore at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's about done. What do you think, Black? Anything you want to say?
2 words.
Mm-hmm. What you got?
AP Duck.
Because you might get Lee Harvey Oswald, man. Watch out for them scopes and infrareds, man.
I think it says it well, AP Duck. So we may even have to name this episode after that. So thanks y'all for coming out. And as I always say, stay positive. The world's full of negatives. Stay positive, right?
Absolutely.
Read between the lines, right? It's not all out there, right?
The world is filled with too much hate, and why life being mad and hateful and spiteful when you could just stay positive? And remember, people, I just gotta say this: it's harder to be a nice person. It's a lot easier to be mean and an a-hole. Remember that.
Yeah, that's right. Because negativity is breaking it down. It's a lot easier to break it down and build it up, right? So
and the energy that you bring, that's gonna gravitate towards you. So if you're a negative person, that's what you're gonna bring every day in your life. So stay positive and have a good outlook, in life, and take care of your family. And I'm gonna say my ending thing before my boy says this: keep it cool, keep it light, keep it fresh. Stay safe out there, and buckle up when you drive too. All right, click it or treat.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, the most important thing, everybody, stay hot. Good night now.
Raiders.